Hey, thank you so much to everyone for joining us today. I'm thrilled to have you all here. My name is Angie Drake. I am the owner of NotYourAverageAmerican.com. We have a website where we share information about traveling in South America, especially Andean nations like Ecuador and Peru. Part of my job a few years ago, or a couple of years ago, I started doing more sustainable tourism consulting, working with different companies to help them attract an aligned audience, the types of clients that really bring value to a trip in that they respect local cultures, they want to work with local guides, they want to learn and understand the people that they're visiting. And it's been a joy doing that. And as I started that work, I began to realize there's a lot of stories out there to be told and that they're not reaching a broader audience. So today is the second in our series, How Tourism Changed My Life. I am thrilled to be here with Marilyn Velásquez Alvarado. I'm going to let her talk about herself, but I do want to let you know that I met Marilyn through another friend in Peru, Patricia Deva, and Deza, sorry, and she also works in tourism in the Arequipa area. And this is how tourism works. Tourism for good works because people who are already working in tourism are sharing stories of other people working in tourism. We're not competing with each other to get each other's clients. We're helping each other to get more clients. And it isn't a competition, it's more of a collaboration. And as we see tourism turning into more collaborative ways, I think we're going to see more success for everybody. So Marilyn, let me go ahead and start this for you. We're going to share the screen. Just slightly off. Can everybody see the screen that says How Tourism Changed My Life? Give me a thumbs up. We've got a thumbs up. Okay. Marilyn. Oh, I've got, I think, something in the way here. There we go. Okay. Are we ready to go?
Yes.
Yes. Welcome, Marilyn.
Welcome, Angie, and thank you so much for this opportunity. Good morning and good afternoon, everybody. I hope you are well as far as possible. I'm happy to share with you this moment, and of course, with Angie too, for explain you how the tourism changed my life. And I hope that the time you are giving me is productive for all of you. Well, I'm Marilyn Velásquez Alvarado. I'm from Leimebamba. When I visiting beautiful place like this Laguna de Guamampata is in my region, I feel like anything is possible. It's the large part of why I continue working in tourism. But how did I get here? The path wasn't been an easy one. I was born in Leimebamba, in this small town. It's in the north of Peru. There are about 3,871 inhabitants. It's a beautiful place with a big mountains. We have two rivers, a wonderful museum, an archaeological place, and it's possible state or have experience with a community, for example, with cooking class or a textile experience. It is 2 hours from the city of Chachapoyas, and it will take me 2 days to take the bus from Lima to my hometown. Yeah, it's so hard, the trip by bus, but unfortunately, we have a comfortable buses in Peru.
That's a long day, a long 2 days to
A lot,
travel
yeah,
just to get home from your capital city. It's incredible.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But would most tourists actually take the bus?
No, it's possible to take the plane, for example, Lima to Chachapoyas directly is 1 hour for 45 minutes, and then 2 hours by combi to my town. Combi is like a minibus, but other way is Lima to Jaén is 1 hour 30 minutes, and then 5 hours to Leimebamba or 4 hours to Chachapoyas.
So you were born in Lejmabamba,
In Leimebamba,
in
yeah.
Limabamba, and
I was fortunate to have two very strong and important women in my life. First, it's my grandmother. In Peru, we like say the words a little, for example, abuelita.
the little ending ita on the word abuela, abuelita, my little
Abuelita,
grandmother. Yeah.
She's Mercedes. She was born with a gift. She was a midwife who could harness the power of the plants to heal bones and treat disease. She never went to the school because in her time, education was only for boys. She was a life-giving woman, happy, lovely, and strong, and warrior too. You could hear her singing the birds or yarabíes. Yarabíes is the like a traditional songs in my town when we went to fields to bring food for the guinea pigs, and or when she walked in village to village for her way to deliver the future babies.
So you have really good memories of your grandma and the singing
Yeah,
of these songs.
yeah, I spent a wonderful moment with her, and she did when I was 7 years old.
Who is this other woman who was important in your life?
Is my mom Elisa. She worked since she was very young in different jobs, and when she had her children, even more so. She only had 2 years of the formal education in the elementary school.
So
I
only two
tried,
years.
yeah, only 2 years.
Okay.
And the first 2 years. And sometimes I tried teaching her to read or write. And she say, it's not necessary because I know what I need know. So,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, it's fine for you, but it's okay. She raised all her children with help of my abuelita, my grandmother, and my father was not in the picture. She always told me that I should study to be a good woman. Yeah, it's the same for my other sisters. And that's why when my mother passed away 7 months ago, I struggled to keep things going. I having her die just alive was beginning to look normal again, throw back all of the doubts and questions that come up during the pandemic. The one that I keep asking myself over and over was, should I continue working in tourism? But why I think about this, because I'm not feeling good. Sometimes I'm sad and decide for a few months living the bubble. And I
In
think
a bubble, you were
in
living
the
in a
bubble,
bubble. Yeah.
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 And
COVID did that to a lot of us. I think we can really
yeah,
empathize.
with the COVID, it's not like this, but I thinking how it's possible because the travel it's don't come my country. But when my mom die, it's so hard because I thinking how can I talk with the tourists, how can I inspire them to come my region, and how can talk with our partners in the community if I'm not feeling good. It's like yeah, maybe I'm not talk with the truth or something like that. But in this time, I met Angie, and she asked me to put together my story. It gave me the opportunity to truly reflect on why I started working in tourism in the first place. I started with my first trip far away from home. Um, my first trip away from home happened before I went to university. I left Leimebamba to go to high school in Trujillo. The town was 12 hours by bus. I left because my mom wanted to meet a better opportunity. My first year in Trujillo was difficult because I couldn't no longer go out to play when I wanted to, because when I live in Leimebamba, it's like a free climbing, jumping, stay in the river, in the nature, playing all the time. Of course, study too. And I missed my mom. The other kids at the school made fun of the way I spoke because our accent in the mountain, it's so different, the accent the people in the coast. So when I started college, I already knew what is why like to live away from home. After high school, I wanted to study business administration, but when I applied to the National University of Trujillo, I didn't get in. So with my mom and my other older sister encouraged me to all the way. I tried again, and this time I applied for the degree in tourism, and it ended up being the perfect fit. The college was better than the high school, and part of why it was better, it was I began to travel in my own country and discover and experience in the part of Peru that the international tourists knew better than the people like me know come from the towns, hours or days away from the big cities. I graduated with a degree in tourism, finally. 1 year before finish the college, I found a job different from the ones I had before as a waitress in the vegetarian restaurant in Huanchaco. One day when I was working at a double shift, my boss Janneke said me to me, Marilyn, sit down for a moment and rest. Tell me what do you want to drink and I will bring it to you. And it's the weird answer for me. I didn't know how to respond to that because in my country, when you work, you're never rest. Your employer expect you work too hot your shift and will never think for offer for drink or eat something when you are working. But with Janica, it's so different because she's from Holland and thought differently. And she taught me a lot about respect. She knew the moment when I was ready for more responsibility and made sure I had opportunities to grow at my work. After 2 years, I was running the restaurant alongside two other women, all because she saw something in me. But all the time I have doubts about my capacity, but she all the time know who we are and how it's possible make the better job.
Yeah, I want to talk just a little bit more to make sure that this point gets across because of how important Jenica was in changing the way you thought about yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah, the idea, I think for a lot of Americans, we understand when we go to work, we're given 15-minute breaks, we're told to eat a lunch break. You had never experienced this in Peru. You had never, no,
no, because we work all the time. Yeah, you have the time for take your lunch or dinner, but is in a other part, you know how is the time for take the lunch. But in this part, she asked me the both. She
yeah,
asked me how I'm feeling, how I want, and she saw I'm tired possibility and say, yeah, take your time and rest. That is the different way the business come in my country.
she
And
treated you like a real person who has emotions and feelings and was having a long, hard day. And she saw a
yeah,
moment to, yeah,
yeah, she all the time look for her employed, and she say the business is not only for keep money, is how you put your energy and give opportunities around your business in the, for example, in Huanchaco with other organization. I like this part.
I love this story, this part of your story. And I think it's key to where you went next.
Yeah, managing the restaurant made me brave. In 2008, I started my first travel agency with my friend Carol. Is in the picture. We are in Cajamarca. We sell the trips in Huanchaco, Trujillo, Piura, and in my region too. The experience in contact with the community, the nature, of course, the archaeological places too. And 1 year later, we start for create a coffee shop in my region in Chachapoya with a purpose to show the best products have the farmers in my region, the handicraft. The idea is promote the slow food and fair trade. And 10 years later, by 2018, I was specializing in the transformative and generative travel.
Regenerative. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a tough word.
And I will, my work at home was fulfilling. It was travel abroad uh, through me the greatest lesson of all. I think I love more my country and my town and my region when I travel in other countries. For example, when I went in Colombia or Ecuador or Alemania or France, I learn more about my country. Yeah, maybe sounds weird, but I think
So
it's
what,
good.
yeah, when you were working at this travel agency that you had started, you had an opportunity to apply for scholarship to travel
Yeah,
abroad.
yeah,
And
for
you
to
went to,
Japan.
yeah, you went
Yeah,
to
to
Japan.
Japan. Yeah, this is a great travel because it's the first time I flew in the plane. Because when I travel in my country, all the time I travel by bus, even the travel is longer. For example, when I was the first time to Cusco, I traveled for 48 hours by bus, but never I take the plane. When I went in Ecuador, is by bus too. When I went to Japan is the first time the take the flu when I was 31 years old. Is the first time I saw the snow too. In a the really nice experience. Sometimes I'm playing in the snow and try to make it angel like the movies. And on the trip, in this trip, I learned the true meaning of love and the surrender from the man who is now my husband. This is Francisco Javier and me in the picture. This was the trip that truly transformed my life.
So a first plane trip, first snow, and your husband, not your
Yeah,
first husband, your only husband.
yeah, my only husband. Is
Yeah.
that big adventure because I never have a experience the real family, dad and mom. Yeah,
Oh, that's right. You didn't have a dad in your life, so this was a new experience for you.
yeah, exactly. But after my mother died 7 months ago, I wondered if I wanted to work in tourism anymore, even after having such wonderful life-changing experience. Then I started thinking of the lesson that she took me. She was strong and kind. She persevered. She was an adventure by nature. When she was 13 years old, she ventured out in the Peke Peke, is a small boat like canoa, because she had to work in the town far from home. Then at 15, she traveled in the bed of the pickup truck, as is the custom in the rural Peru, where few people own their own cars. After the age of 40, she traveled by bus to Trujillo to visit my sister because they were the first to leave home to have a better future. After the 79, she had the courage to fly the first time across the world to visit her son in law, her grandson, and me here in Sevilla. We wanted to her to know where we live and for her to live a new experience because she knows only my town, Leimebamba, Chachapoyas, Trujillo, Lima, but we want to give her the opportunity to know other countries. She was always faithful for her convictions and faithful for the rights. My mother support and constant remember that I need to move to grow was that pushed me towards tourism in the first place. Without her, I never would have the travel to Trujillo, never would have to turn my own country, never had left it, found my husband. And tourism changed my life, but it was my mother that changed it more. Sorry. Um, I think
It's okay. I remember when we were working on this part, and this was what we call an epiphany in English, that moment of understanding about something that we never really could
yeah,
put to words before. And when these words happened, you were like, oh my goodness, that is a
yeah,
truth. That's a truth I didn't understand. Tourism has changed my life, but it was my mother that changed it more.
yeah, because yeah, if she never think about give me the opportunities, I'm not here in Sevilla. Maybe I'm staying Leimebamba
Yeah.
with, yeah, worker, maybe like her with so many child. I don't know.
Yeah.
And today I'm proud to say that my business embodies the values my mother taught me: joy, integrity, courage, authenticity, and compassion. Yeah,
It
I
is
think it is my values and I put in our company too.
it's a great gift your mother gave you. And it's a
Yeah,
great gift that you're giving all of us through your business.
yeah. And today I proudly offer transformative travel experience to individual and small group waiting to visit a leisure no part of Peru. In Chachapoyas and in Amazonas region, we had never experienced mass tourism. I guarantee an immersive journey where ancient culture, modern traditions, and modern nature unit. Let's take a quick look at my website to inspire you to imagine what your next trip mean to light.
So this is Marilyn's website for Nuevos Caminos Travel. It's
Yeah, we in the website you found 6 different trips with all is in contact with the nature, with the community. But if you need something for custom trip, it's possible design for you. We have we work with hostels, hotel, and homestays near the nature with farmers, artisans. Yeah. When you have more time later or other day, you can explore our website and know more about us and how we work in our community and how we involve to protect our culture and the nature.
Would you like to choose one of these to show us just a little bit about one
Yeah,
of
for
your tours?
example, the Chachapoyas experiential is the fourth one.
This one here.
Yeah, this is the most popular trip, our trip. You can visit the first time in Churuja, know how our ancestor prepare the traditional food when they need travel to other town. Now we call box lunch, really, because when it's the long time, take your long time the trip, you keep a box lunch. They keep a different kind of food. You learn about this and then visit Carajillas, the sarcophagus, Huancas with wonderful views, the canyon, and stay the experience with the woman for creates foods, for example. And Cuela too, in Leimebamba, it's possible visit the fourth day the museum of they have 200 mummies and different material archaeological materials.
Did you
And
say 200 mummies?
yeah,
Why
it's
are there
a
so
lot
many
of
mummies?
because the archaeological found in the Laguna de los Condores in the mausoleos,
Okay.
the tombs. They
So
have yeah, so many mummies with archaeological things.
I think this is something that people don't understand about Peru. When they see Peru, everyone automatically gravitates towards Machu Picchu. And it makes perfect sense. It's been in National Geographic. The pictures are everywhere. When I looked for a backdrop today, and I looked for a Peru backdrop, all I could find was Machu Picchu, Machu Picchu, Machu Picchu.
Yeah,
But Peru is so rich in culture. And here, hours, days away from Machu Picchu, you have your own archaeological ruins. Are they Incan ruins or are they from
no,
pre-Incan peoples?
Chachapoya culture.
The Chachapoya culture. And this is
Yeah,
something I think that, yeah,
the men of the clown, because they
the
built
men of the
it.
clouds. Oh, that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, because they built in the places in the top of the mountain, for example, Cuela, or find the sarcophagus, the Carajilla is in the middle of the mountain in
Okay.
Laguna de los Condores. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's rich history. We found this throughout the Andes. There were peoples before the Inca in most
Yeah.
places, and that those stories are not very well known to people, even sometimes within Peru or within Ecuador, that It's not always talked about a lot, the ancient history that took place in so many places. I'm so glad that you are focusing on this in your tourism. Um, I think it's a wonderful opportunity for people to get to know a different part of Peru and in a different way. And even if they've never been to Peru, to consider starting their journey in Peru at a place like this to get a
Yeah,
different, broader experience that sometimes Machu Picchu, which is wonderful, can feel very touristy because there's so many people nowadays trying to visit.
yeah, I know the Machu Picchu is the most popular, but it's possible to stay more time in my country. Yeah, first
Yeah,
visit, for example, my region, and they finish your trip in Machu Picchu, because the Inca culture is important now too.
it
But yeah,
is.
we have more archaeological places, more traditional communities, and different experience in my country. And it's nice to visit us and discover sorry, and discover this part of Peru.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because I would like to thank you, Mia Jarrett, an amazing coach who helped me to reconnect with my purpose and my value, and of course, and help me to improve the strategy marketing in our platform, virtual platform, and for yeah. Uh, Stay in more contact with our customers or future clients. And
Tell us a
also,
little bit about who Mia Jarrett is.
yeah, he's the woman I met in the program from the NGO in Canadian for head the empower woman.
Okay.
And I work with her for like 2 months for restructure our enterprise, but not only our enterprise, just connect with you, because we are the soul of our company. If you are good, your company is good and your family is good too. I love this work with integral work, yeah, like a holistic part
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
me and the enterprise.
And I
Yeah.
strongly believe in that as well. When you are presenting your business values, you're going to attract the same types of people looking to um, practice those values as well. And then everybody's happier with the final tourism product. They come on a trip, they have the expectations of those values. You offer them, you provide them, they have a good time, they write good reviews.
Yeah,
When they
yeah,
don't have a good time, if something goes wrong, they're much more likely to reach out to you directly and explain to you, hey, this part of the trip could have, and then it's so much better working with people that understand
yeah,
what the final
exactly.
journey can look like. Yeah.
Hmm, hmm,
I wondered
exactly.
if anybody has any questions for Marilyn. I think we do not have any questions today, and that's okay. This has been a wonderful opportunity, and I'm so glad we got to share Marilyn's story today. Um,
Yeah, and thank you for invite me. Is the yeah, it's the good way for practice my English too, because
it is a good way to practice. Oh, and that actually brought up the one question I did have. If somebody would like to come visit and purchase one of your tours, how important is it that they speak Spanish?
yeah, it's important know the basic words for connect with the people, but our guys speak in English and French
Okay.
too. Yeah, it's
English
in this
and in
way.
French too.
Yeah,
That's
in
good
this
to know.
way it's not a problem, but it's nice when you connect with the people and say, for example, gracias, hola, adiós, mucho gusto, qué rico. Yeah,
Qué
I think
rico, how delicious. Yeah,
yeah.
very nice thing to say after a really good meal. No, I think that's wonderful. So I hope that we are able to convince more people to visit Chachapoyas and your hometown as well, to take advantage of these wonderful tours that you have designed and to meet some of the wonderful guides that are local. And thank you so much for your time today, Marilyn. For everyone else, thank you so much for joining us today. If you would like to tell your tourism story, I would love for you to reach out. We have a comment from Deb in the comments. She says it's on my list now, which is
Thank you.
wonderful to know. And we hope to put this destination on more lists so that people can get to know parts of Peru that are lesser known and not talked about very often, and that Marilyn will have the opportunity to meet so many more people. Oh, and Yasmin says, I've been there twice and it was so worth it. Jasmine, oh, even better than Machu Picchu. We hope that Yasmin maybe will visit once again. Maybe she'll bring new friends, which would
Yes.
be absolutely great. Thanks so much for all of your participation today. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And thank you so much. We will be sending out a survey that I hope you guys will be able to answer to help us know how to improve these events in the future. Have a great day.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.